Hello everyone and welcome to Blaugrana Everything and welcome back to the channel and to a match review as FC Barcelona continue their winning streak in the Champions League. Yeah, they can't win games in La Liga to save their lives, but apparently they can still do it in the Champions League. And with this 3-2 away victory against Dortmund at the Signal Iduna Park, we now see Barca move into not just the top 8 but the top 3 of the new Champions League group stage. I know it's crazy stuff. You know, things are happening for Barca in the Champions League at least, and now they only need one more point to secure a top 8 spot and, evade that horrendous playoff round and go straight into the round of 16. So what we are going to do today, as we usually do in match reviews, is look at some of the negatives and positives from the performance before then giving a team rating, a manager rating, and picking a man of the match. So if this is your first time tuning in here, then welcome. This is how we do things around here. Also, if you are new, please do hit that subscribe button, but also hit the like button for this video. We've really been suffering for likes over here the past month or so. It's been rough. Okay guys, we're trying to get to 10k subs as well before the end of the year. I know we can do it with your support, of course. So, go ahead, hit that subscribe. Anywho, let's go ahead and talk negatives and positives. And the first negative, I think, has to be our defense making the job harder than it needed to be. Because I would say both of the goals Barcelona conceded today were completely avoidable. Let's put it that way. Now, I know Dortmund would probably say the same thing about all the goals that they conceded, but what I mean is that the errors in question for Barcelona were a bit more blatant and were a bit more silly, really empty-minded, if you would. And the first one, of course, penalty given away by Cubarsí, and I am getting a bit worried with Cubarsí. He's giving away a bit too many penalties for my comfort at the moment. I mean, he had one against Las Palmas, he had one here. I think there's another one he had earlier in the season. I can't remember against whom. And even more worrying is the fact that I don't remember the last time one of our goalkeepers actually saved a spot kick. I have to really think hard. And I can only think of the last time Barcelona won the Copa del Rey. That's the last time, Ter Stegen saved penalties in a shootout against Sociedad, I believe it was. But anyhow, all of that aside, we need to work on not conceding silly goals, because really that's been the order of the day in the matches where Barcelona have been dropping points as well in La Liga. Now, of course, up next it's Leganes, so you're hoping that at least Barcelona should, keep some semblance of, solidity, especially going into that Atletico Madrid match to round off the year. But with all of that in mind, it's still necessary for Barcelona to improve, because you're just not going to get very far in the Champions League if you're going to be giving up goals like that, because, teams will punish you. And today, Barca were lucky on a few occasions when, Guirassy couldn't really hit the target. But yeah, kick note of that. That's really my only negative as well, because the rest of what I have is just some positives. Okay, positive number one, the team just kept on going. I think that was the first thing I appreciated about today. They didn't they didn't let conceding the goals be a setback, right? They kept on pushing. With each and every time that, Dortmund came back, Barcelona fought to take control of the game again, and they scored another goal. So that's something which I enjoyed seeing. Another thing which was definitely a positive for me was the intensity. There was intensity today from minute 1 up until the end. And honestly speaking, I don't know how the scoreline was 0-0 at halftime, because the number of times Barcelona turned the ball over in Dortmund's half and got a chance at goal, Raphinha at least should have had 2 goals in this game and possibly even a hat-trick. But, it wasn't to be. So that's another thing maybe which we could have put as a negative if we didn't win. But, we won, so I'll let them off this time around. But definitely the intensity was good to see. And I think thirdly, it was the substitutes. Yeah, it was a good showing today from a substitute. Brilliant cameo from Ferran, Frankie and Ferran, 3 Fs came through for Barcelona here. Of course, De Jong did have some dodgy moments, but overall I think we can say he had at least a good cameo this time around. And as for Ferran Torres, well, I mean, he scored 2 goals off the bench, right? One more could you ask for? Fermin could have easily have had one as well if he wasn't denied by the goalkeeper. But yeah, good showing from the substitutes. So that means we can move on to the team rating, which is going to be a bit interesting today because as much as I appreciate the overall result and the overall performance from the team, I still think there were some moments in this where the game could have slipped out of control. And it would have happened because, one, Barcelona didn't take their chances, particularly in that first half, and 2, because Barcelona gave up silly goals to Dortmund. So because of that, it lends the match rating to being more of an average one than an exceptional one. So I'm going with a solid 7 out of 10 here, and as far as the team rating is concerned. And as for the manager, it was his substitutes that ultimately won the match. So, we'll give him a 9 out of 10 just because of that. And, resting players. We've been talking a lot about players needing the rest. And, well, Lewandowski, Raphinha, Pedri, Lamine, all of whom came off early-ish, except for Pedri. Olmo came off early as well. So, some rest was had for the players. So I think definitely an 8 out of 10 is a fair rating for the manager. Yeah, 8 out of 10. Okay, moving on. Now we have to talk about the man of the match. And I guess because I'm always so hard on him, I'm going to end up giving this one to Ferran Torres. Otherwise, I felt that the performance from Pedri, Lamine, and Raphinha to some extent today, I really liked what I saw from them. But like I said, I'm always so hard on Ferran. But, he is the one who came in off of the bench and grabbed 2 goals. One, a nice poacher's goal, which Lewandowski probably wished he could have scored. And the second one, a clinical finish on the counter-attack after just a exquisite pass to set him up from Lamine Yamal. And yeah, we'll give the man of the match to Ferran Torres. Who knows when next he's going to win one of these. So Ferran, congratulations, my brother. But aside from all of that, guys, let me know your thoughts in the comments. What did you think of that performance from Barcelona? Are you happy with that result? And do you think this result can at least help, put some juice in Barca's batteries just to finish off the year with some wins and at least end that La Liga and at least go into that La Liga winter break with some semblance of control on the title race? You let me know your thoughts. But aside from that, I thank you all for tuning in. Have a great day and Forza Barca.